preseason game?
Oh yeah, really looking forward to it. Really get back out there, play football again. I mean, it's been a while since I played an actual kind of football game. I mean, February was Senior Bowl, but even then, it's not the same as being on a team with a bunch of the guys you know, been around the whole camp. So, yeah, I'm super excited to get back out there and play football again.
Trevor, how much better do you feel like you're doing just in the last 2 weeks? Like, how much more comfortable and how much better do you feel just since camp started?
Yeah, I think over the last 2 weeks since camp first started, I definitely feel a lot more comfortable. Starting to get the hang of kind of some of the techniques I've been being taught. Yeah, it's been going really well.
Did you feel like you were had a lot to learn, or is it just like honing things up right now?
Yeah, I'd say as a rookie, I mean all rookies, you're basically learning a bunch of technique that just it's new to you. You don't really know much about it. It's anywhere you go. I mean, even going from high school to college, you learn a bunch of new different stuff. A bunch of stuff's being thrown at you. So, yeah, it's a lot to learn, but it's kind of starting to all make sense now. I can play much faster. I don't have to quite think as much. I can kind of you just go now.
What are some of the techniques and how do they help?
Mostly like hand placement, punching. That's kind of what I've been learning a lot of. That's kind of my one key area I really need to focus on is kind of my hand usage in pass pro, even run game. I've been really focusing on that, and now it's almost getting to the point. I mean, I've still got a long ways to go, I think, but it's getting to the point where it's almost coming. I don't have to think about it as much. So.
Trevor, have you been able to look at any film who you potentially like go against?
I've looked kind of at some of their games last year, but I mean, they're a bunch of different guys that we don't know. I know today in meetings we're going to be talking more about it and really focusing on them.
Do you think that, obviously in the world we live in now with viral videos and stuff, that you may have veteran coaches or players trying to almost bait you, knowing that there's been some dust-ups and you play a physical brand of football?
I don't really know. I could tell you, but you know, you just got to play smart. I mean, you play physical, obviously, play my game, but you know, be smart at the same time.
When you watch those plays that had the pushing afterwards, were there any of those that, like when you looked at it later, that you went too far? Or did you think they were all okay?
I think personally, I think I went to the whistle. I played my game, and you know, we're competing. We're competing out here. Football's physical, it's tough, so I think there's maybe a couple that were like, okay, I gotta maybe chill. And my coaches, they said that. I mean, they're like, okay, can't do that. I'm like, okay, and you learn from it and you get better from it. But I'm not gonna take away the physical part of my game, but I'm gonna be smart with it.
So do you see yourself adapting more, or them kind of adapting to you? You know that, hey, this is the way this guy plays.
Probably a little bit of both, honestly. A little bit of both. I mean, people know kind of how I play, and you know, they're going to know what they're getting when they go against me. But yeah, I'd say that.
Trevor, not just Saturday, you also have a lot of work coming up in Green Bay over this next week. What can you learn going against guys who aren't your teammates that you haven't been able to learn?
Yeah, it'll be different. It'll be fun going against different guys for sure. Kind of seeing how other guys on other team plays. I mean, I'm getting kind of used to going against Peyton Turner, Taco, all those guys. It'll be different to switch it up and see different style of players and see what they do. So it'll be good to be out there next week.
You get out of the heat too.
What was that?
You get out of the heat too. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be pretty nice. get a little, more of my, I don't know, Midwest kind of style of weather. So that'll be nice.
Do you expect to get a lot of reps in Houston and then in Green Bay too, just because, like you said, there's a lot to learn?
I don't really know yet. I mean, we haven't really talked too much, but I'd assume I'd be playing quite a bit.
How aware are you that you become an internet sensation?
A little bit. I try not to look too much into that. I mean, I just play my game. I don't let outside distractions bother me. I mean, I play football, and
So, I mean, friends back home, you just get it that way.
No, some people show me some stuff and memes, and some of them are kind of funny. I mean, I laugh at some of them, but yeah.
Is there a point where you expect to maybe not go through an entire interview without getting asked about this?
Shoot, I don't know. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but.
Trevor, did that start with pre-draft reports in the Senior Bowl, or this has been years where this has been a
probably pre-draft or the Senior Bowl interviews, the first kind of interviews with people that started bringing that stuff up. I'm like, oh shoot. I mean, it's kind of how I play. I mean,
you seem okay with it though, right? I mean, that's, you just said it. That's kind of who you are. Like,
yeah.
You almost kind of expect it.
Yeah.
Bothered by it.
Yeah. Right? I mean, nothing's nice about football. I mean, you gotta be mean. I mean, you want the guy across from you to hate your guts. I mean, if the guy across from you hates you, like, you're doing your job. So.
Obviously, the goal is to be a starter in the league. But are you happy with how the reps are split right now?
I mean, obviously, going for a starting role. I mean, everybody should be striving for that. But I control what I can control. So I work on getting better every day, and then ultimately it comes down to the coach's decision. So I'm just working on getting better every day.
So, going into the first preseason game, biggest storylines tend to be the debut of the high picks. Do you embrace that? Do you get cognizant of it? Do you think it's even fair, or does it not figure into your thinking at all about your energy level at all going into this game?
Oh, I'm really excited to go in this game. I mean, I don't really think the pick, like high draft pick, low draft pick, I don't think it matters anymore. We're all on the team. Everyone's trying to earn a spot. So, I mean, it's a football game. You got to be excited going into it.
Yeah. I'm just saying in terms of storylines, a high draft pick represents a big investment by the team, and so a big emotional investment by their fan base, and they want to see what kind of return on investment they might be getting. And I wonder if you embrace that kind of storyline going into it.
I mean, yeah.
You, or if it's too early.
I don't really get the question, but
okay.
In terms of that transition coming from college to the NFL, oftentimes we hear about the speed of the NFL being so different. Is that something you feel like you've made headway on, or are the preseason games really your opportunity there?
I'd say a little bit of both. I'd say, I mean, when I first got here, the speed was like, wow, it's NFL, it's big, like it's a change. But it's the same with going from high school to college. It was, it slows down after you start getting the hang of it. You start learning more, and you get adapted to it. And that's the same thing with the NFL kind of happens. So it's slowing down for sure now. There's still a lot of work to do, so yeah.
Trevor, I'm curious, when you're talking about some of the growth that you've made just in kind of a short time frame, how much of that is with strength and just having a guy who's played more than a decade in the league recently be your coach? Like, how much is that?
Yeah, it's really tremendous to have someone that has played that long and has the experience that he has. So having him, sitting next to me in meetings every day, coaching me, little bitty details, like everything. We're going over everything, and it's great to have that. And just the advice he gives and just everything the coach. It's really been awesome so far.
Like, we can hear some of it a little bit down there in the corner when you're like that. It seems like everything's communicated pretty clearly and easy to understand.
Yeah, no, he makes his point very. I mean, he's telling you exactly what he expects, what he wants, and then if you don't do it right, he's going to make you do it again, show you exactly what he wants and how to do it. So,
on Saturday before you go out, I know it's a preseason game, it's not a real game, but will there be anything special about it for you? The first uniform off the first time?
Oh yeah, that'll be 100%. I mean, I don't care if it's preseason or not. I'm excited to play football again, play for the Saints. I got a bunch of family and friends back home watching, so it'll be a really, really incredible time.
From a strength and conditioning perspective, you spoke at OTAs about using your feet as a foundation, and that's been something we've been working on. Do you feel like your feet, and with your pushes and things like that, you're stronger than ever?
Yeah. I mean, with football, a lot of the strength. If you don't use your technique right, you're losing a lot of strength. So, using the right technique, you definitely feel a lot stronger. Like if your elbows are inside, you're getting, on your insteps and you're driving through a guy, you're gonna feel way stronger than if you have your elbows out, 1 foot in the ground. So, using different techniques and stuff, you can really kind of get to your full potential strength. So that's kind of what I've been noticing recently. When I do a rep that is technically right, you're like, wow, I feel a lot stronger than I ever have. So, yeah.
Anything
specific that's stood out to you going up against or watching film of Cam? That's kind of, I guess, made you realize why he's been so successful.
Yeah. I mean, he's technically sound. I mean, you can tell watching him. He knows exactly if he's just he's basically a step ahead of everyone he's going against. Like, he knows what he's going to do if a tackle does this or whatever like that. So just his technique and everything he does is just, I mean, you can tell he's been around a while and he's really good at it. So.
Thanks, bud.
Yep. Thank you.
Appreciate it.